Has anyone ever told you the raw truth about life after 80? Crossing into your 80s brings a quiet transformation that's rarely discussed. It's not just about milestone birthdays or slower mornings, it's about the deeper, more personal changes. This stage of life comes with both clarity and grief, peace and isolation. If you're not ready for these changes, they can catch you off guard, leaving you wondering, why didn't anyone warn me? In this video, we'll explore 5 tough but honest realities of life after 80. This isn't meant to discourage you. It's to prepare you. Because when you can see what's coming, you're no longer at its mercy. You can face it with strength and intention. We'll talk about the shrinking of social circles, a body that no longer recovers like it used to, the slow rise of dependency, the way the world starts to overlook your presence, and the subtle ache of unresolved regrets. Stay with us to the end, and because while some of these truths may feel heavy, they also reveal opportunities for acceptance, for resilience, and for reclaiming control over this chapter of life with dignity, a dignity only you can define. 1. The disappearing social circle. One of the first changes isn't physical, it's relational. The people who once filled your days slowly fade away. Friends pass, neighbors relocate, even siblings become quieter. Longtime companions might stop calling as often, not because they don't care, but because life simply moves on. You wake up one day and realize the phone doesn't ring like it used to. Visits feel shorter, invitations become fewer. People still love you, but they're occupied, sometimes with their own aging. This isn't something you're warned about in your 60s or even 70s, when energy and company still surround you. But after 80, something shifts. You start to outlive the people and rhythms that once made life rich. I once knew Wendy, 84, who visited the same coffee shop every morning. It was a routine. The staff knew him. Friends joined without texting. But over time, his friends stopped showing up. Some passed, others moved, and some just stopped driving. One day, he said, "It's strange to be in a place where everyone once knew your name, and now you're just the man in the corner booth." That kind of loneliness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just silence after dinner or a walk that feels too quiet. But being aware of this allows you to take action, to open new doors when others close. Connection doesn't come to you the way it once did. You have to go find it, with intention, through community, conversation, or simply a phone call. And that takes courage. But you've made it this far. You already have that courage. 2. A body that stops bouncing back. By 80, your body stops whispering. It speaks clearly. Aches stay longer. Fatigue doesn't fade with a nap. Small health issues can turn into major disruptions. You might feel fine in the morning, then dizzy by nightfall. After 80, recovery takes longer. You do everything right. Eat well, sleep, move. But your body sometimes feels like it's making choices without you. I remember Jenna, 81, an independent woman who loved gardening. One day, she fell while trimming a bush. The injury was minor, but the aftermath wasn't. Weeks of rest led to months of weakness. She said, "I thought I was just taking a break, but my body treated it like a full stop." At 80, rest isn't always restorative. It can lead to decline, even when you're cautious. But knowing this can empower you. You begin to manage your energy with respect, not fear. You pace yourself. You treat health as a practice, not a guarantee. You may walk slower, but with more awareness. You may rest longer, but with more intention. Even if your body slows, your spirit doesn't have to. 3. The growing need for help. Even the most independent people find this hard, needing help with what once seemed easy. It doesn't happen all at once. It creeps in. You hesitate before climbing a step stool or avoid driving in the rain. You feel capable, but something holds you back. This isn't just about physical change, it's emotional. For those who've spent decades taking care of others, asking for help can feel like failure. You may even start hiding it, skipping chores, pretending pain isn't there. But true independence after 80 means knowing when to accept support. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. I knew Gary, 85, a proud, capable man. After slipping on the ice, he didn't tell anyone. But his daughter noticed. She started visiting weekly, bringing groceries. Over time, Eugene admitted, "It's nice not carrying everything alone." Support doesn't always come from people. It can be a grab bar, a stool, or a reminder note. These things don't take away your dignity. They help you protect it. Saying, "I could use a hand," is one of the bravest things you can do. The feeling of being overlooked. Another painful truth is becoming invisible. The world starts seeing past you. Not with cruelty, but with indifference. The cashier looks past you. The doctor speaks to your child instead of you. The server assumes you can't hear or decide. It stings, especially after a life of contribution. And the saddest part, it's usually not intentional. A fast-paced world forgets that slow steps carry deep stories. Arina, 86, volunteered at a museum. A guest asked a question she could have easily answered, but the question was directed elsewhere. When I asked her how she felt, she smiled and said, "I'm used to it." But there was a quiet pain behind that smile. You're not invisible. You're a living library, a witness to time. You still matter. So speak up, ask questions, share your stories, even if no one asks. Refuse to disappear. Every time you take space, you remind the world and yourself that you're still here. 5. Regret, when purpose isn't redefined. Life slows after 80, and in that stillness, reflection creeps in. That can be beautiful or painful. Not the dramatic kind, but the quiet, "I wish I had" kind. Why didn't I take that chance? Why didn't I spend more time? We talk a lot about the joys of aging, wisdom, freedom, family, but not enough about the void that can follow if purpose fades. Sandy, 88, was a teacher for 40 years. After retiring, he felt proud, but empty. "No one needs me anymore," he once said. But the truth? He just hadn't found a new way to be needed. Purpose doesn't retire. It evolves. Maybe you no longer build things with your hands, but you build confidence in others. Maybe you don't lead teams, but you offer wisdom. Maybe you ease someone's loneliness with a kind word. Redefining purpose means shifting your focus from productivity to presence. The most meaningful work now may be waking up with kindness, with curiosity, with the question, "How can I bring a little light today?" That's not regret. That's redemption. Reaching your 80s is a monumental achievement. It's built on decades of strength, heartbreak, effort, and resilience. But this stage also comes with quiet challenges. Facing these truths doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. It means you've lived long enough to understand life's unpredictability and still choose to show up. So which of these 5 realities struck a chord? Was it the shrinking social life, the slowing body, the discomfort of needing help, the feeling of invisibility, or the search for purpose? Whatever it was, remember, you're not alone. You still have choices. You can choose connection. You can choose rest. You can ask for help. You can speak up. You can forgive yourself and honor your journey. This isn't the end of your story. It's the deep part, the meaningful part, where small things matter most, where your experience, your patience, your presence become your power. Thank you for spending this time with us. Let us know in the comments. What resonated most, and how do you plan to carry it forward?